Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Another game from round 8 of the Gibraltar Tradewise Chess Festival 2016. This is the Masters section. As white, I believe his name is pronounced, see if I can butcher this. Grigoriants, as white, against my buddy from the US, Carl Nakamura, as black. Let's get to it. It's going to be a symmetrical English. We'll just go through the opening here a little bit. Interesting setup there with the pawns. That's pretty cool, actually. E takes, pawn takes, bishop e6. You notice these good players? I mean, anything above probably national master and above. They like to leave the tension on the board in the center. Now, C takes is a computer move, but Carl decides to go, well, now it's the best move, bishop e6. Basically forcing him to take, pawn takes, queen a4, a bishop takes. Well, black's the pawn up. Something went wrong. Now, granted, this is an open tournament, and Carl is a world-class player. And so there's never any way that this guy here, I'm not sure where he's from, nothing to put him down, would ever play a Carl in a regular tournament that he plays in. He's rated 2580. That's no slouch. So something went wrong for him here. Now he is attacking the c4 pawn twice, but knight to g5. Now, according to the computer, that's the last book move. Carl goes queen to b6. What other choices does he have? He's got a castle. He could have taken the bishop on e6 probably. Bishop to d7 for Carl. Well, that discovery on the queen. Queen finally gets the pawn back. Knight to e5. Now we are on move 12. A tiny advantage for black. We'll call it even. Now, as far as I'm concerned, to be on move 12, an equalizer ready, black's done good. My gut tells me that during the course of this opening, white wasted a tempo somewhere. I'm just not sure where it is. Queen f4. Knight g6. Carl just backs up. King looks a little exposed, but I think he's okay. Queen to d2. Bishop c6. Queen c2. Another queen move. And finally, a Carl castles. I don't know, were all those queen moves necessary? White hasn't even developed his dark squared bishop yet. So I'm not really sure. Knight to a4. Carl has to take. Queen takes. Rook a to e8. Now, wonder why the other rook, I'm thinking maybe what Carl was thinking. Bishop here. Put pressure on the f7 pawn. That's really annoying. Queen to b5. Interesting enough, I probably would have played queen to c7. And Carl decided to play h6 to kick the knight. Knight goes back to f3 and then queen to c7. Let's go back here. If white had taken, bishop would have taken, then he would have moved. So if white really wanted to trade the queens, that was his chance to do it. Queen takes queen, bishop takes queen, then move the knight. But now Carl moves the queen. Just that intermezzo move made a huge difference. Got the queens off the board. And you're playing a Carl Nakamura. You want the queens off the board. Bishop d2. a6. Now the queen's got to back up. Knight to e4. Pretty brave stuff, but that's a good move. I like it a lot. Centralizes that knight. b4. Knight takes the bishop. Queen takes. Now, think about this for a minute. What's a good move for you? How can black pick up a pawn? instantly right here. Pause the video for a minute and see if you can find it. Did you find it? Bishop takes b4. A deflection. Basically, if queen takes now, rook takes, and Carl picks up a pawn. So queen took, rook a to c1, queen e7. Now Carl wants to trade queens. Now I know it's getting towards the end of the tournament. He drew a few games. He needs to win this. He's just confident in his ability. Queen takes, rook takes, a4, rook e4. Rook c7. I didn't like that at all. At all. To getting that rook on the 7th rank, but Carl's got it figured out, I think. Rook b8. Rook a1. Knight f4. a5. It doesn't stop Black's b pawn. But the problem is now, even if he does this, or moves here, this pawn's isolated and he's going to lose it. Knight e6. Rook to d7. Knight c5. He and the rook again. Rook d5. Rook c4. Okay. We're going to move 32. It's a 200 plus 200 point rating advantage. I'm surprised that the kid is this close. h4. Rook c8. Rook b1. Rook over, knight, rook takes. Not as good as rook take at h4. Those of you that are wondering, because after rook c1, you're pretty much screwed. After rook takes, rook c1, rook c7, rook c4, and b6. And now the setup is done. White is in a lot of trouble. He's down 2 full pawns, both connected and passed. Just a matter of technique now. h5, knight e6, beautiful. Basically forcing the exchange. Rook checks, rook blocks. He can't trade. Rook d1 check, king h2, rook d5. Check. He gives him the pawn on h7. But doesn't matter. He grabs the other pawn. King g3. Rook d5. It's basically over. Let's go through the last few moves here. Knight g5. I'll give the kid this, though. He was trying. Knight takes, g takes. Rook takes. And now a beautiful move here. Nice move here. How could he save that pawn? He's going to go passive and go rook a5? What's he going to do? Well, it's very easy, actually. He just goes rook to d6. And that's where White resigned. Give you an idea. Those of you that were wondering, rook takes, knight checks, gets the rook back. If you want rook to b4, it's just knight e6. It's just a losing battle. There's no way he can win this. So, well done by Carl. Sacrifice a couple of pawns at the end and get a winning endgame. So there you are, folks. Another game from round 8. And Carl's fighting for first place here. It's not a guarantee. Now, he won it last year. Let's see how he does. There's 2 more rounds to go. And as I always say, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.